What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Operation Meteor Briefing. This time we're covering all the cards in the red color for the GD03 Still Requiem packs. We'll drop some knowledge on some of the backgrounds of some of these cards, some lore, in-universe, and definitely the FAQs that will go along with them. So buckle in, we've got some cards we gotta get through. Like starting with the Providence Gundam. During this turn, all your Zap units get AP +2 when paired with a Zap pilot. And then on attack, choose one enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it for each 4 AP this unit has. The FAQ states that what does the effect choose one enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it for each 4 AP this unit has, do when this unit has 9 AP. It deals 1 damage for 4 AP, so that adds up to 2 damage for 8 AP. So just because you cross the threshold does not mean you add more damage to it. You round down to the lowest 4. So if you have 13, you go down to 12, which means you only deal 3 damage. Alright, next we've got the G-Quux, Omega Saikamu. This one has suppression on it, and deploy, choose 1 enemy unit, and deal 3 damage to it. This one pairs with only Machu, but in the end. Spoiler, if you haven't watched G-Quux, it's a kind of, on the card. G-Fed. Activate main once per turn, 1 cost. Exile 1 pilot card from your trash, and deal 1 damage to all enemy units. When linked during this turn, this unit may choose an active enemy unit with AP equal to or less than this unit as its attack target. So if we look at the FAQ, this one talks about the exile card. If you missed our other videos, we talked about the fact that the exile cards are not the same as your discard pile, nor the same pile as your tokens and EX resources. Separate pile, just make one to the side and make sure nothing commingles with it. Second one is this unit ends up with 5 AP when it's paired with a GD03 magnitude Nean pilot. At this time, does that mean it's when linked effect chooses a unit with 5 or less AP? Yes, that is correct. So if you pay attention to the timing to that card, cool fact is that if you have not heard or noticed, there was a series called Evangelion, came out in the late 90s. There's some inspiration from one of the units in that one that made an appearance for the G-Fred. So pretty cool that the people who know some of the background stuff got to kind of see some of that. The Sea Gundam. I really hope I got that right because I keep feeling I pronounce it wrong. It's Greek, not the Chinese XI. And the other thing we should note is that when linked, this deals 1 damage to all enemy units. Now, the fun fact about this one is that for nerds of this, the development for this Gundam is the last one in a long line of other mobile suits, starting with the Rick Diaz, Zeta, Double Zeta, and the new Gundam. This is the final one in that line of development. Vertigo. During link, during your turn, when this unit is battling an enemy unit with destroyed effect, it gains first strike. Very handy against Gundam X and all those ones that have destroyed effects, so that way you can still deal the damage and not get hit. Does this unit gain first strike with battling it with a during link or destroyed effect that's not paired with a pilot? No, it does not. So you have to meet that condition. So if it's not during paired or during link, if the pair link is not there, then you don't get to pull it off. Legoise Commander type. Activate main, support 1. Rest this unit. Gain 1 attack, and then during your turn, when this unit is rested by an effect, choose 1 of your Zap units. It gets AP +2 during this turn. So you don't have to choose the same target. In fact, if you have a Zap unit that requires 5, or 2 units that require 5, one already has 4 AP and the other one has 3, you can support the one, get that to 5, and use the other one to get the second unit to 5. And that'd be fine. The Red Gundam. Deploy, choose 1 active friendly clan unit. Rest it. If you do, choose 1 enemy unit with 2 or less AP and deal 2 damage to it. FAQ. For this effect, do I have to choose a friendly unit? If there is one, it can choose in play even though there are no enemy units with 2 or less in play. Yes, you may choose a friendly unit if there's one in play. So this is one of those ones that's a little foggy. You So I put this. You can choose a friendly unit if there's one to play. Don't know why you would do that, but I guess you can. Yeah, it's a little weird that you could still choose a character that has no target for that second effect. The Gundam Versago and the Gundam Astron during Link, this unit gains high maneuver. This is kind of interesting because the Versago ended up getting a lot of praise in Orlando with that deck. So I don't know if that makes it more worthwhile to play with those guys in the deck now. The Petulia deployed deals 3 damage to all bases. Please note that this does not actually hurt the Argama, because this is an effect, not direct damage. Dual Gundam Assault Shroud. Well, this unit has 5 or more AP. You may choose an active enemy unit. Enemy unit that is level 5 or lower as its attack target. So this is where the Goys would come in and help buff it up with, giving it +3 in some cases. And the pilot, you can hit that level 5 or lower opponent. The Messer type FO2. Choose one enemy unit and deal 1 damage to it. A lot of pinged. The Datra's Flyer, deploying 1 rested Datra's new UNE. AP0, HP1 unit token. The Valiant, while you have a unit in play, this unit gets AP +1. I still not seen the token deck being a thing. Even though we have 1 card in the buff tokens, I don't know if it's enough to register this deck yet. The Sagu, just a vanilla Zaft card. The Din Commander type, just a Rowlet Crusade, give it another Link pair. The G-Fred Burst, there are 3 or less enemy shields, deploy 1 rested G-Fred. AP4, HP3 unit token. So this is one of the first cards we'll see that actually has burst on the unit. So while this unit hits your shield area, you can actually deploy a token, which is kind of nice. Might make things a little bit more interesting as things goes on. Rowlet Crusade. First, add this card to your hand. Choose 1 Zaft-based card from your trash and add to your hand. Helps out when you get something like the Versailles or Yakin Dewey, as we'll see here shortly. Yeah, first, add this card to your hand. Place the top card of your deck into your trash. If you place a Xeon or Clan card with this effect, choose 1 enemy unit and deal 1 damage. Carice Nautilus. First, add this card to your hand. While no enemy base is in play, this unit gets AP +1. So basically turns into a 3/1, which can be kind of nice. She's a new type, so helps out with some of those other new type based cards. Kshatriya has a new type, Cyber new type link on it, so can make it pretty beefy. Improved Technique. First, activate this card's main effect. Main or action, choose 1 enemy that's level 4 or lower, deal 3 damage to it. If there are 2 or more cards with Improved Technique and their card name in your trash, choose 1 enemy unit instead. Okay, let's take a look here. If there are 2 or more cards with Improved Technique and their card name in my trash, does this effect deal 3 damage to 1 enemy unit? Yes. I played this card when there's only 1 Improved Technique card in my trash. At this time, can this effect choose an enemy unit that is any level? No. The reason being is you do a check right then and there. So this card technically is in play and not in your trash while it's being resolved. Eliminate target. Choose 1 pilot paired with an enemy unit that is level 5 or lower. Destroy it. After the pilot is destroyed with this effect, the unit is no longer a Link unit. At this time, can that unit still attack? If it was deployed on a previous turn, it can attack. If it was deployed this turn and linked, it is no longer a Link unit, it cannot attack. So it can be very important to understand that that is going to be a huge thing if you choose to play against red, is that if you're kind of on the last few turns of the game and you have a unit that is Link pair that can slam into a win, usually this card can pretty much stop that attack and maybe buy you a turn or 2. Infiltrator Present. Main action, choose 1 friendly Mafia unit. It gets AP +3 during this turn. It's a pretty hefty boost. Whipped Intent. First, have this card to your hand. During this turn, all units paired with a pilot get AP +2. And make sure you read that. It's all units, including your opponents. So it can backlash on you. But additionally, if you're playing 2v2, that helps out your ally as well. So it can be a bit of a boon as well. Human Karma. Main action, choose one active friendly unit, rest it. If you do, choose one enemy unit whose level is equal to or lower than the unit rested with this ability. Deal 3 damage to it. If the unit chosen and rested with this effect is level 6, does that mean that the effect chooses a unit level 6 or lower to deal 3 damage to? Yes, that is correct. So if you throw down a unit this turn that you can't attack with, you can still play this card, rest it, and then now you get to rest. You get to deal that 3 damage. So pretty nice card for being only a 2-coster. Docking Due. Deploy, add this card. Deploy this card. Deploy, add one of your shields to your hand, then choose one friendly Zaft unit. It gets AP +3 during this turn. So this is one of those things I can have the Providence start getting up there. I've seen some people support that with this card, a Buster, and a Gwaze, and get it up to like 16. And so one guy even got to 20 with another Buster, and oof, 5 damage, man. Just straight up murder 2 cards. Let's say the Doridium. Burst, deploy this card. On deploy, add one of your shields to your hand. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, when one of your units is arrested by one of your opponent's effects, choose one enemy unit and deal 1 damage. So like anything with the Titans or Leo or some of the other Fed cards, this can kind of involve pop a bit of a pause. And with that, we're done with all the cards in the red color of the set. And yeah, we've got one more color left, which is white. We'll get to that one tomorrow. We'll push back the operation meter by 1 day, so that way we can kind of get through all the cards. And yeah, that'll be covered for tonight. So you guys have all a good one. And this is Sal with Operation Meteor signing off.